What is going on, everybody? Hey, welcome to the show.
What's up?
What's up,
How you guys doing? You got all three of us today. So what we didn't do dialed in yesterday, so I think we would Matty Ice, what's going on?
Matty?
We didn't do dialed in yesterday, so we figured we would go ahead and jump on here, add it to the another sports talk podcast. Talk just give some thoughts and stuff like that on the Super Bowl, and then just get some thoughts on some of the baseball stuff that is happening, and then we'll go from there.
I imagine that you are probably riding high after the Super Bowl, Michael, seeing the Patriots get the living crap stomped out of them. As a Jets fan, you got to be loving that.
Yeah, I mean, I was pissed off that they let him score 2 touchdowns, but
I was too.
Man,
that left side of the line got eaten for lunch, man. Do you think either of those guys have a job next year?
From what I heard, or what I read, I should say, Vrabel said that Campbell, the outside one's tackle, right? Yeah, that the left tackle, that he was still, he's still his guy.
I know he's a rookie. So.
But both the other guy next to him was rookie. They had two rookies on the left guard and the left tackle, both rookies. Yeah. So I mean, so from that standpoint, I mean, you can understand. I mean, think about it. You have 2 rookies protecting the
Jimmy.
Hey,
Jimmy, what's going on? You have 2 rookies protecting the blind side of a second-year quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, well, what did you guys think, John? What do you think of the game?
I watched the fourth quarter. Here and there, I'd pop in on the other parts of it, but it was just so boring.
I honestly expected to be a little bit better of an offensive matchup. I didn't expect the Patriots to do as bad as they did, but I didn't expect them to do fantastic either, because Seahawks have the number 1 scoring defense. So that being said, I expected the defense to put in work. Believe it or not, the one game I actually got to see in person this year for the Steelers against the Seahawks, and that's a solid squad, top to bottom. What's up, Locken?
Hey, Locken. Well, I mean, I was almost close with my almost close with my prediction. I thought 31-17. It was 29-14. I mean, it was weird. I just, in watching it, as it was going on, my a little bit of a fear was, if you just keep kicking field goals.
What's up, Dommy?
Hey, Dommy. If you just keep kicking field goals, it's easy to go ahead and all of a sudden, the other team to do, something. And you saw how fast, once I think Seattle went ahead and let up a little bit, they realized they probably had the game, everything was going in their favor. But you saw New England, a couple of lapses and boom, boom, right? They had, they go down. It was a 4-play drive, 65 yards, something like that, to score their first touchdown, which that was what I was concerned about, in the first half and everything, because Sam was not looking good. I tell you, Kenneth Walker, it just goes to show you how, I didn't realize how good he was.
The dude's a truck.
He was, a lot better and everything. And then by the same token, man, I don't know. I know he went against good defenses. And I know, I don't know if if New England beats Denver if Bo Nix is there. I don't know if what happens there. But New England won the 3 games they won kind of in spite of Drake May, rather than because of Drake May.
Because Drake did not look good at all during this.
Yeah.
He got sacked 20 times in the playoffs. That's a lot. That is a lot of sacks. That's 5 a game.
It's crazy.
So there were some people that was, throwing a question mark out there. Is Drake May the guy? And yeah, you're. I mean, you're right. Things work. You think about it. Yes, they did go ahead and they played against a good defense with Houston, but Houston doesn't have a good offense.
Right.
Denver loses their starting quarterback, and it was kind of what we were talking about. When it happened, is hey, what does it do? Does that change anything? Does that make teams think of, hey, we can't just have a guy as our backup. Maybe you are looking for an older guy who has started some games, has actually had playing time,
Mhm.
on the field in meaningful games as your backup. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, but
Yeah,
hey,
definitely.
who knows with Seattle. I mean, they're going to lose some players. I mean, more than likely, right? They got guys they got to sign and everything.
Mhm.
JSN and Witherspoon, they're both up for their fifth-year extensions. Kenneth Walker is a free agent. He's going to want to go ahead and cash in off of his MVP.
For sure. As he should, especially as a running back. Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck. Chris Bassett, the Baltimore. Chris
Tell you what,
Bassett.
I was impressed with their defense, though. For as bad as their offense played, their defense kept them in that game, and they were playing pretty hard.
Yeah, I tell you, I knew Christian Gonzalez was good.
Mm-hmm.
Man, woof.
Yeah, kid's a stud.
Man, that's a guy who's going to get paid.
Yeah.
There's a guy who's definitely going to get paid.
Sucks he's a Patriot.
I mean, but hey, if they'll pay him. Well, the thing is, look, New England has 3 more years of Drake May on a rookie contract.
Mm-hmm.
So guys like so they are in a good spot to where some of those guys like Gonzalez, some of those other guys that are going to be up over the next couple of years, they're going to be able to go ahead and sign them. And keep him on the team and builds from there and everything. But if Drake May continues to go ahead, if he gets better and everything, he's going to cost them a fortune.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. James Vanderbeek died, according to law.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that today. 48 years old.
Dang, man. What happened? Some kind of disease?
Colon cancer.
I don't know. I just saw it. I just saw it pop up. But hey, but football season is over now. A lot of teams will start looking at what they're going to do from a draft perspective, from a dialed-in perspective, guys. We're going to hold off. We're not going to be coming on every week. We're going to figure out. Well, maybe what we probably need to do is think of a somewhat of a schedule, and even if we got it out on Instagram or something like that, so people can maybe but we'll definitely be doing something after the draft. As free agency starts, we'll do something then. And then
do little things.
Then we'll start season 2 in the preseason.
Yep, it'd be a good one too. The awesome thing is the draft is in Pittsburgh, so we can go get live coverage if we want to.
There you go.
It's a bucket list of mine to go anyway. So I've already signed up to try to get one of the indoor spots because I don't want to stand.
Do you think Kingsbury is going to help the Rams?
I don't know.
I would think he would. I mean, you see what he did with Jaden. Now, the interesting thing is what gets me about that type of thing is you wonder if how long-term thinking they're looking at this, right? Because you got to think. I mean, I can't believe Stafford doesn't give me the impression that he'll stick around just to stick around. Right. Like, I think, so if you're signing Kingsbury, are you doing it with kind of sort of the idea of that I'm going to be, working with Matthew, maybe they draft one of these guys and everything that's out there. There are a bunch of quarterbacks coming out in this draft that people are going to, I'm not saying they're going to sleep on them, but they're going to be overlooked and they're going to be late picks. And they're guys that, before either injury or just bad, having a bad season, they were looked at, really as potential, starters, maybe, definitely, day two, picks. I mean, Aller from Penn State, there are a lot of people who like him, but, with the injury. So if you're a Rams, why wouldn't you go ahead in the 4th round or the 5th round if he's still there? Take him. He's not going to play. You have him learn from Matthew Stafford and Cliff Kingsbury. It's not a bad guy to pick up late. Or the kid from LSU, Nussmeier's another one. People are talking about him too. So I think it's a really good pickup for the Rams.
Or what they could do, and hear me out here, they could take the reigning NFL MVP, trade him to Pittsburgh for a 5th round pick.
That's probably not going to happen. I'm just saying.
But I would be very happy if it did.
Yeah.
I would then sign Aaron Rodgers to mentor the rookie.
I'm glad we signed Tressway, which that's nice. I'm hoping we re-sign Mariota because I think him and Jaden work so well together.
Yeah. We'll get to that question, Jimmy. I wanted to, so we'll see. I mean, but again, dialed in will keep coming back to you. So you guys, get ready for season 2. Be on the lookout. If you're not subscribed to Anthony's channel, please go ahead and do it because, we're on his channel and turn on those notifications so you can see it. With that being said, sorry guys, but football season is over. It is now baseball season.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Jimmy has a question right there. Who is one sleeper baseball player on your list to watch the season to either have a breakout season or a resurgence?
Wow.
For me, it's kind of a homer type thing, but the one player that I think has the potential to really go ahead and rejuvenate his career is Luis Robert Jr. with the Mets. I think him getting away from the White Sox, him going ahead and being around Lindor and Soto and some of those other guys, I think that guy, he has all the potential in the world to, be a 25 to 30 home run guy, a 30 to 40 stolen base guy, and he's already an elite defender. From that end. Dom goes with Kobe Mayo on the Orioles. Grayson Rodriguez on the Angels and Anthony K over on the White Sox.
I agree with you on Luis Robert, a resurgence there. I think breakout. I think you're going to see. I think Woods is going to have a breakout year this year.
Yeah, you're right. James Woods for sure. Pittsburgh have anybody, Anthony?
Yeah. So as far as Pittsburgh, we have Bubba Chandler coming up.
Oh yeah,
he's supposed to be
going to be a big deal, or at least he should be a big deal. I also think Brian Reynolds and O'Neal Cruz could be a lot better this year too. But you figure Brandon Lowe, he could be a sleeper hitter after being traded to Pittsburgh too. So I think he had 31 home runs last year or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, you guys keep picking up the pitchers, just the hitters.
Bubba Chandler would be one of the guys I'd be looking for something big out of because I know that at least in Pittsburgh, the hype is real about Bubba Chandler. A lot of people were who's the next Skeens guy to collect? And a lot of people were picking up Bubba Chandler stuff here.
Yeah. He holy cow! Look at this. Chuck is going to be a dad.
Congratulations, man!
Congratulations, Chuckster.
Yep.
Very awesome.
But Bubba Chandler is getting a lot of talk. I mean, there was there was talk that his name came up with the Mets, not in being him potentially being traded to the Mets, but he could potentially, if he does well, make the Pirates consider going ahead and moving on from moving on Mitch Keller.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people like Mitch Keller. I like Mitch Keller. I think Mitch Keller. I'm not. He's not a number one. So it's not like you're getting a number one starter.
Mm-hmm.
But you're getting a guy who can eat up some innings for you,
Sure.
and do a bunch of good things.
I'm glad you asked about the Pirates though, because I'm such a baseball.
Point Ozuna in Pittsburgh might do well. I wouldn't mind seeing. I think he's still on there. Key Bryant's still on the Reds, right? That I know of.
Yeah, I think Key Bryant will be on the Rhett Lauer's another one. I mean, there are, I think there are a number of, guys, and like it all depends on what kind of time they get. I mean, there's some, there's, what's going to happen. Like the Boston just made that trade with the Brewers, and they got that. I forgot what his first name is. I know his last name is Durbin to play third base there. I mean, he finished third in Rookie of the Year. I mean, so who knows what's going to happen there? You have the two Japanese, hitters. The guy with Toronto and the guy with Chuck's. Well, I don't know if it's Chuck's White Sox. I don't want to say that, Chuck. You might not be a White Sox, but him. Griffin is going to go ahead and be a stud. He's the number one prospect in.
I've heard good things about Griffin too.
It's going to be interesting to see what Pittsburgh does with him.
Yeah,
I'm hoping to see some bats brought in.
That's what you guys. I mean, you guys got the pitching down.
Yeah,
you're bad.
We do.
There's been a lot of talk with Chandler, like maybe moving Keller for a bat, but finding a bat that wants to come to Pittsburgh is. It's the task.
Well, that's why his name was brought up with the Mets, because with the Mets signing Bo Bichette, between Brett Beatty and Mark Vientos, that are both third basemen, neither one of them really doesn't have a full-time spot.
Yeah.
So we'll see from that standpoint. It's it's going to be interesting. The thing that I was really surprised of, with the Detroit Tigers, man, with Skubal getting $32 million in his arbitration.
Yeah.
And then they turn around and they sign Flamber Valdez for $30-something million a year, too. Now, he has a buyout, but his buyout isn't, an opt-out isn't until year 2. So, you got to figure, does Detroit say, "Oh, the heck with it. Let's go ahead and go for it as long as we can and see what happens." And if they're in contention, do they keep Skubal? Or if they are, we don't know what's going to happen, do they trade him rather than getting nothing for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to do for his. Obviously, depending on how he is doing, will equate to his value. But I don't know. That was a very interesting signing by Detroit. I don't know if And now the thing is I can't believe that they're going to go ahead and keep Skubal unless he's going to be willing to take a short-term deal, maybe a 3-year deal, or maybe they do 3 years at $100 million, and get him over that that $33 million a year or something. He wanted like $50 million a year, or 40. I don't know what. But I think he either wanted $40 million a year or 5. He wanted to sign like a 10-year contract, which I don't think is going to happen. I can't see them going ahead and doing that. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, it's really.
Pittsburgh did pick up Jose your Urquidy.
Cool.
Who the hell is that?
That's and they have Jared Jones. They put on a 68-day IL.
Jared Jones was another guy who was supposed to, that they liked also.
And
They have some decent pitching.
Yeah, they do.
Not much has went on today.
I would love to see them put something around Skeens that can be competitive. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, it really is a shame. I mean, do you kind of do you kind of treat him like you treat a rookie quarterback? Like should they be going for it by signing some players, to opt out deals? So in effect, it's a 1 or a 2 year deal. And see how's it goes. Because if you're not, I mean, because at some point in time, a decision is going to have to be made with Paul Skeens. Either he's the guy you're going to pay all your money to, or you're going to trade him for a king's ransom. But the only way you're going to get a king's ransom is you're going to have to, you're going to have to, still have plenty of team control. So if he has 2 years team control, 3 years team control, and you trade him, you'll get a lot more than if you wait. So they're going to have a decision to go ahead and make.
And we going back to Detroit. You said they have Skubal. They signed Valdez, and they also signed Verlander to a 1 year deal. I mean,
That's right. I did see that.
Wow,
Oakland will have a good season and at least be 500 at the end of the year.
I do like your analogy for the rookie quarterback thing that you brought up a couple minutes ago here. And the reason being, like, why it would be a good idea to go all in from the perspective of the Pirates. They haven't had a realistic chance of winning in the playoffs, like seriously, like winning like the whole thing since the early 90s. So that's like 30 plus years right now since they've had a realistic shot of winning anything legitimate. Like not just getting in the playoffs and winning a series, but like winning it all. Because like the mindset we have as Steelers fans, it's like we don't want to just get into the playoffs or get into the playoffs and like win one time. We want to like literally win it all. So Pirates haven't had that opportunity to even come close to that since like 33 years ago. So,
and
I agree, Locken. We've been struggling.
And the thing is that division with the way Houston, with the way St. Louis is right now, right? Mm-hmm. You're talking about you're talking about a division that's open.
How is MLB?
Look who it is,
like player to player, like trying to recruit each other, like on the down low, kind of like NBA. Like all these players hang out, they're friends. Like they secretly are trying to get each other to come to each other's teams. Like, how strict is MLB on that? Because why is Paul Cruz not doing that? Not super strict. I'd be sending him to all these different cities to hang out with all these different players.
I mean, I think they do. They do have that. They do. I know from an owner's perspective they can't, but you're right from a standpoint of if players are good friends about trying to get on the same team. I just think it's. I mean, I don't know. I don't. You make a great point. Like, I don't know why that doesn't, happen, right? I don't know why when Devontae Adams wants to go ahead and leave, that he's like, hey, I want to go to Oakland because I want to play with my quarterback that I played with in college, or all of a sudden Devontae's not going well, and no, I want to go back. I want to come to the New York Jets because I want to play with my quarterback when I was with Green Bay and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Mike.
Hello.
All right, he's got it all working.
Mike, that is something that nobody has ever said about the Jets, just so you know. That they want to go back there to play.
Devontae did.
That must have been some good stuff he had, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm in Bel Air, Maryland. No, but I mean, so I mean, I don't know how easy it is in baseball, Anthony. A guy has to be a free agent because they really, you know, you don't hear a lot of baseball players demanding trades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you you don't hear about it, but like if you hear a star player get moved and stuff like that, sometimes you do wonder, was there something? Like a Mike Trout is a great example, right? I I could not see.
I knew that
Right,
was
man.
coming.
No, it's Bel Air, Maryland, Don. I'm not the Fresh Prince.
I was going to say, you're like the Fresh Prince of Maryland.
I'm not the Fresh Prince.
Yeah, we see you hiding the gold chain. Don't worry.
Please tell
I
someone
don't
the
know.
Ravens suck before you go home.
Nah, that won't happen. Like
I like my legs.
I don't think a Mike Trout would stand there and go, "Hey, you know what? I'm done. I want out." But it wouldn't surprise me that if he got to a point of saying, "Hey, you know what? We're not doing well. I got a couple years left.
I want to go somewhere where I have a chance."
Right. I want to go somewhere where where I have a chance. I don't necessarily know. You don't see that a lot in like with basketball, and stuff like that. So I mean, I would have to believe it happens.
You do hear about once in a blue moon, just not nearly like you do in football. That's the thing I see. You see a lot of it in football. You don't see it much in baseball.
They need to form an NWO in the MLB right now. Let's have them all come in.
And Dom, just so you know, it's a $2.5 million spy watch, not $1 million.
You guys are jerks.
But
I think it will be interesting. Baseball. See, I don't. I mean, you do make a good point, but I don't know how. I mean, they do. I guess you look at maybe because they do like the WBC. Like we have the WBC coming up, right? Maybe because you have something like that, and then they can play with their good buddies, their countrymen and everything. Maybe that does something. I don't know. I'm not sure on everything. But we did have the big news of Francisco Lindor, Corbin Carroll, and Jackson Holiday all broke the same bone in their hand.
That sucks.
It's down. It's somewhere down over here. They all, Lindor's going to get surgery. Opening day is in question. I think. I think the other two. I think Holiday already had surgery. I'm not sure about Corbin, but so Lindor's out of the WBC, Corbin's out of the WBC, and all three of those guys are out. Potentially, for opening day.
Well, when I was looking at the transaction list, there's a lot of them that are a lot of pitchers and stuff like that are being put on the 60-day IL. So.
Yeah, and that's the bad part because it's down. It's the little bone that kind of is down here between at the end of the hand and the wrist and everything. And that can definitely go ahead because it. Yeah, Lindor was already out because of insurance. Bad Bunny said he would pay for the insurance, and the Mets, didn't want him to go, and then all of a sudden he broke his hand, so that's okay. But Carlos Correa is the same way. Bad Bunny was going to pay for Carlos Correa to play. He was going to cover the insurance so they can play for Puerto Rico. But I don't know what's happening there. I'm not sure. Yeah. You okay over there, Mike?
It's freaking cold down here.
No kidding.
It looked like he was like tweaking, like need it.
Why do you think so? Why do you think I wear a sweatshirt down there?
Because you're cold. I didn't know. I didn't know it was this cold. You're right.
We just sitting there. So who knows? They we got pitchers and catches. I mean, it's a great time, right, to see what's going to happen. See, it's going to be interesting to see some of these young guys that are going to come out. What do you guys think of the WBC overall?
I could kind of care less, really. I mean,
I'm kind of in the same boat. I'll be honest.
I like it.
Mike, Anthony?
I like it. I'm excited for it.
Kind of indifferent.
it's just one of those things. I mean, yeah, it's nice to see them all playing for their respective countries, but I mean, it's also a chance for them guys to get hurt, and then your season's ruined.
I mean, it makes sense if you want to try to expand more globally, but
Yeah, I think that to me, you want to have it in the United States, and unfortunately, or you want it to, you want a big focus on it in the United States, and really the only time you can have it is during spring training and stuff, right? Because you're not going to have it in November and December. I mean, because you're going to get destroyed. You're between college football and regular and NFL football, right? It's going to be difficult for you to draw anything from that standpoint. Dom, I drove by Big Meat Pete's, new home.
Wonder if Wander's going to play in it in the Dominican team.
He's available, I think. The roster.
He might be available. He might be available on the roster.
Maybe he doesn't play. Maybe he's the team captain.
Also true about winter ball down there.
Yeah. Plus, you have winter ball down in that area and everything. So, it's the only time you can do it. I mean, the thing gets though is that, Chuck and Larkin both make points. I mean, yes, it's cool to see because, it's the Olympics of baseball, right? I mean, that's really, what it is. You have, you representing your country, seeing Team USA go ahead, and potentially win and stuff like that. I understand that part. I don't know if it grows the game globally.
It might a little.
Places
that don't get to see it, like the players that we see all the time. That really
true. And I mean, and you do get players who would normally not get a chance to do anything. I mean, if there's a team from Ireland, a team from I know there's a team from Israel. There's all these other the countries that have teams that they probably don't have as many players in the MLB. So some of them get to continue or, stuff like that and everything. Cool concept, raises a global scale. It probably does.
I kind of agree. I think that's what it should be. It should be the rookies on those teams to play and see how, But
like, what if you did that? What if you made the WBC one of those things where it is players, college age players from the countries.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Doesn't have to be.
But, I mean, you have that through USA Baseball with all the different age groups they have there.
That's true.
That's true.
I mean, I just don't. It's cool. Like Dom said, it's a cool concept. Is it really worth having? I don't know.
Well, I think
the game really.
Well, I think you look at it. Larkin makes a good point right here. Pitchers are not stretched out, so they're not ready to go. I mean, players get hurt. Look what happened to that trader Edwin Diaz. Celebrated with his team, jumped up and down, bang, blows out his knee. and he's gone. And to Mets fans, to MLB diehard fans, you went ahead and blew out your knee on something that is meaningless. But to a player, to wear his country across his chest and represent them, that means a lot. You see the Olympians, you see the ones that are that actually love having their country representing their country and stuff. So I mean, I get it from that standpoint, but that's where it ends. I mean, again, yeah, Lindor broke his hand, but honestly, I mean, I'm happy that I'm glad that they was like, nope, we're not going to let you play, because I rather if he's going to go ahead and win a championship, I rather him win a World Series for the Mets rather than a WBC title for Puerto Rico.
Right. I understand that.
A lot of other country players are already pros at the American college age limit.
Well, they don't have anything better to do besides that or drugs. I mean, you're running drug or you're playing baseball. Which one do you want to do?
Team Colombia, instead of chasing little white balls, they chase bigger white balls. I don't know. I think it's yeah, I mean, the more I talk about it, I'm not saying that I don't. I mean, I like it. I think it's it's fun. Seeing, like I said, country versus country, but overall, I don't really think it does anything for MLB, in my opinion. I don't think it. I don't think
it was neat to see Shohei pitch to Trout. That was that 1 year. That was cool. That's all right. That's good. That's it.
So it's going to make it. The trumpet's going to make a different sound.
This is true.
Yeah. No, that's. I mean, that's part of it. You don't get that. That the first time we saw that matchup, teammate versus teammate. I think they were still teammates at that time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So from that standpoint, I get it. I mean, again, like I said,
let's do a World Football Classic. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that would go over well. I don't think that would go over well. But we'll see. I mean, look, it's baseball. If baseball thinks they can make money out of it, they're going to make money out of it.
Right.
Then did you see this new thing, the whole with MLB TV hooking up with ESPN now?
Why does that not surprise me?
Seems like everyone's doing now.
And now there's talk that even though you're going to have to pay for MLB TV to get all the games, you're still going to potentially have to buy ESPN, pay the $30 a month for ESPN Unlimited to go ahead and watch it. I mean,
are you still getting blackouts?
So you get, but I don't know, but that's a double friggin' paywall.
Yeah, that's grifting.
So think about it. It went from you're brand new, you don't do anything. It costs you $150 to watch all the games. So there's $150. Oh, and then you're going to hand over, even if you get, let's say you just get it for the, I mean, I'm assuming if you're a baseball fan, it wouldn't pay for you to get it for the whole year. But if you get it from spring training, so basically what, you get it for 10 months, you get it for 9 months out of the year. So let's say it's 9 months, that's another $30, that's another $270. So now you went from paying $150 to now $420.
Well, at least you blazed it. That's all I'm going to say.
Money.
Yep. That's all it's about anymore. Speaking of baseball.
I'll try, Maddie.
Did you see what they are hiding in Series 1? The 52 mantle as a redemption?
Did see that yesterday.
Wow.
There's that. There is a
So-
redemption for 75 years, and you get 75 prizes as redemption as well. It's supposed to include World Series tickets.
Nice.
They don't
Well, I
say.
heard there was a redemption.
They don't say.
I heard there was a. Oh, really?
It's
No,
a
my luck,
redemption.
I hit the World Series tickets like 2 years after the event.
And they
Well,
don't say
I
like
heard there is a
graded or not.
redemption for two tickets to a World Series game of your choice.
Maybe that's the type one too. I was just going through the odds list on their site, and they don't say the odds for the mantle. The 75 one, they have odds for that, but they're so astronomical. It's like 1 in 1.1 million out of a hobby box. But the
Well,
mantle,
I mean,
they
if
don't say
it's
the mantle's graded. They don't say what kind of condition it's in. But if you think about it, even the PSA 1 mantle is at least $20,000 to $30,000. So I mean, you're gonna, and I'm hoping it's in the box I have here. That's all I'm saying. If I do, the
it's
camera
one
might go
card
off.
in the whole run. Yeah. So what the odds are? How many packs they have? So if they've done 12 million packs, your chances are 1 in 12 million.
Yeah,
But
and
could
this-
it could be in any series one, or is it just like it could only be in hobby boxes or blasters, or it can be in
the
anything?
mantle they don't say.
They don't say.
They
They
not
just say
even,
it is
not
in a
on-
pack.
Yeah, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean it's the mantle is a redemption. But to John's point, where did this mantle come from? What
Yeah.
kind of condition is it in?
Is it
You
true?
know, I mean, look,
It's authentic.
to your point.
Well, I mean,
To
I'm
your
sure
point,
it's
John,
probably
if
authentic.
it's graded and it's an SGC one or a PSA one, it's still a $20,000 card. Not even the fact that they don't want to pull a couple of. Watch out! That's what I was thinking. If you look at it from a standpoint of if this is the way it's going to be, well, then hell, one of the breakers are going to pull it.
Yeah.
So now think about it. Let's turn this around. What in the hell are the Yankees going to go for in a team break?
Oh, astronomical money. You're not getting it for
Right.
$300.
I mean, think about it, right? You have the potential. I mean, now you're better off. You have probably a better chance of stepping off the curb and getting hit by a bus.
You have a better chance of winning Powerball than pulling that. That's all I'm going to say.
Backyard breaks, so it'll never get shipped.
That's a Tesla.
That's a Tesla right there. Well, we can't give it away. We said we were going to give it away. We can't give it away.
Gotta keep it.
This is too valuable of a card to give away.
So the 75 gifts for 75 years redemption card is 1 in 933,800 in a hobby box.
Okay, hold on a quick second. So if you're someone like me who pulls it, then I have to give it to like Mike to cash in. Because if it's one price for every 75 years, although medicine may change, I don't think I'm going to live another 75 years.
Well, I don't know it might be just 75 prizes probably straight out that I would think of. You do the jumbo, it's 1 in 384,000, but they jump to as high as 1 in 2.9 million out of a value box to hit that.
So when they have odds like that, does that mean that there is one of those in each of that form?
That's what makes me think. Like whatever the odds are, because it's not on through everything. It's like not in hangers. It's not in. I don't think it was in hangers. The super boxes, it wasn't in the eggs. But you would think if they list odds for hobby, jumbo, blaster boxes, and whatever else they have. You would think there'd be at least one in each of them. I would imagine. It could be just a 101 for all we know.
Yeah.
Because Topps they never even put that out there on the site like they did with the mantle. You would think they would have put that out there somewhere. I just want to put that out there for people. Oh, if I pull it, just the screen will go black. I don't know what happened. My camera broke. Sorry, guys.
Wait, I'm sorry. There's a knock at the door.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks, the 99.
Brandon Cooks to 99. Brandon Cooks to 99.
Sorry, fellas. It was a buyback Wander card.
Oh, it looks like you got G.I. Joes.
The funny thing, was that the one? Wasn't there the one where the guy made up the story, but you could see the reflection in his monitor?
Yes, I saw that.
There was something that happened. A guy made some kind of statement and everything.
Yeah.
But then you can see him going ahead. You see him moving in his monitor.
Like off to the side, you can see the reflection. He's moving things around. Like, dude, are you that stupid? Really?
So, Mike, I got a question. Okay. Why are you trying to find something? Whatever you're trying to look at. But why?
No, it was just the those top 75 baseball cards of all time. And Mickey Mantle. I was just reading the thing they posted.
Where's it land? Is it number 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Because you figured the Honus is in the tops. So.
And they did a lot of buyback.
No, Honus is not because it wasn't a tops.
Yeah, it was a tobacco T206, I think.
What's number 2?
It was
the 52 Willie Mays
tops card.
So the 52 Mantle is 1, and the 52 Willie Mays is 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's the 51 man? Oh,
cards,
that'd be Bowman. So never mind.
The tops cards of all time: 52 Mantle, 52 Mays, 54 Hank Aaron, and 52 Jackie Robertson, and then number 5 is 2024 Skeens rookie debut patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
wow,
a pretty big one.
That's in Pittsburgh, isn't it?
It is Dick's Sporting Goods, Dick's House of Sports.
Till Fanatic buys it back.
You can get T-shirts of that card there.
Does that make you feel special?
It does.
Just wondering.
Maybe
Fanatic will find a way of buying it back.
Yeah. So, Mike, what brings you to the show tonight?
I have a box to open.
Ooh.
Yes, it would be an early birthday gift from me and Mr. Dom.
Dom, are you here?
It's very fragile.
Yeah, it seems very fragile.
It is. S1 is actually live on Tops for the regular price. Wow.
Yeah, $99.99.
So they still have that much of it left?
They had jumbos last time I looked. They're $209.
Oh wow. Excuse me, I have to get some ice. Dom, you here? Dom, watch the screen. Oh wait, let's see. How do we do this? We gotta go.
You just said you're stepping away, so I gotta wait for you to get back.
No, I'm just going over there to get some ice.
Okay.
You grab me a glass?
Yeah.
He probably has that real fancy, expensive craft ice.
Yeah. It's all
Gotta
crushed.
walk out to the vending machine, down 2 floors to get to it.
No, the butler just brings it for him.
That's true, yeah. Yeah. Why did you have to get up to get the butler didn't come with you this time?
No, he stayed home.
Oh, damn.
I had to actually walk down the hallway to get ice. What kind of crap is that?
Yeah, the butler needs to come help Mike open the box.
This is possible the way I wrap things, so I'm just saying. I've had too many things get damaged through the mail, so now everything I send is UPS. I did get my Pete Rose jersey in today and the Alexa Bliss autograph photos for the giveaway on the 22nd.
Alexa Bliss autos?
Yeah.
Is it a card? Is it a
8x10.
Oh nice.
The
what's the rose? That's
what?
the 8x10 photo?
No, it's a jersey.
Oh, Rose is a jersey?
Yeah, it's a signed jersey, and he put Hit King on it.
Oh, no way. Wow. Thank you, guys. It's a PSA certified Michael Chavis autographed jersey. Oh, let me take it off blurry mode.
I am present. Let's see it.
There it is.
Very
The
cool.
Red Sox uniform. That's awesome. Thank you guys very much.
You're welcome, sir.
That is nice. I think it'd be nicer if it was black and yellow.
That is awesome.
Beautiful, guys.
He was there. He did play for Pittsburgh.
He did.
That's why I mentioned the black and yellow.
Man, so you have the Rodrigo Indianapolis Colts jersey.
Yep. And UGA.
That's awesome.
NUJ. You have the Chavis Red Sox one.
Yeah. Awesome.
You could get a Trey Sermon or a Jarek McKinnon.
Trevor Bauer.
Do you have a preference as to what jersey you'd like to collect his cards in, or do you just collect them all?
Chavis, I just collect them all.
What's your number at?
How many I have?
Yeah.
I think it's in the 500s.
Nice.
I think it's in the 500s, and I think I have like 11 one of ones or 10 one of ones.
And it's crazy how still kind of expensive his stuff is.
Yeah.
There's a 1-to-1 on eBay right now of his for $2,000.
You got Mike propping up the entire Chavis market over there.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
That's
That'll
sick.
be one of the things
Nice.
up on
That's really cool.
22nd. The
So-
Rose, he actually signed it and then put underneath it "Hit King," so kind of inscribed as well. So, and then
So for
tomorrow,
anybody that doesn't know, John, could you go ahead and say what's happening and how it works? Can you
So-
explain it?
I'll do the best I can.
Well, you're really good at it.
Basically, we lost a community member, Kenny Weaver, late January. Also, if anybody knows Red Rum, he lost his sister. So we are doing a Red Rum. Josh is his name.
Yeah.
His sister was taking care of him. She passed away. So we are doing a celebration of life, basically raffle, giveaway, whatever you want to call it, on February 22nd. I believe it's going to start at noon. You can buy spots on a wheel. You'll get your name on a wheel. It's $5 a spot and 6 for 20. I believe, oh no, 5 for 20. Sorry, 5 for 20. So, and then there'll be a list of prizes. I know we have, I believe, a total of 7 autographed jerseys we're giving away. Because I have 2. Mike Post has 5, I believe.
Wow.
I believe Mike's sending stuff. Anthony is making something up to send out.
We just shipped it today. So it's
Okay.
going to be packs and like single cards that Irene was able to put together for us.
Nice. I know Dom's making a box up. There's a lot of people donating. If you want to donate anything to him, it has to be to him by the 18th or 19th, I'm going to say, because we do have that one day on Monday where we're not going to get mail. At the day of, if you want to donate anything, it's strictly going to be monetary at that point if you want to donate, so we don't have a bunch of people donating stuff that we're like, who knows if we'll ever see it. But yeah, and it's going to be brought up on Mike Post stuff. Or
What's
Mike's
the channel
Post.
it's on again, John?
It'll be on Mr. Infuego stream. This is the channel we're going to run it on. Yeah, Chuck's sending out a Boggs 204 auto.
Oh, wow.
Brandon
Yeah,
got-
Brandon says walking as well, yeah.
Mike will tell you more on Friday night on his stream where he's doing a 2026 Series 1 break, and we'll talk about it there as well. But it's going to be a good time, and I think we'll get some good money raised for them guys.
Yeah, so for instance, typically with the jerseys, you don't know what it is. It's just an autographed jersey. So what'll happen is they'll spin the wheel, and let's say Mike went ahead and was in there. Mike went ahead, and has his name comes up. The jerseys will be numbered, from 1 to 7. Mike picks a number, and then Ripping for Rookies, Mike Post opens it up right there, and you see who you got.
Yeah.
And I mean, and sometimes they're mystery. They're mystery. Most of them are going to be mystery boxes. Like you're not necessarily buying.
Yeah, we did pick out the jerseys this time. So there is.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I know there's Soto. I know there's Vladdy Jr.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe Tatis was in there.
Nice.
Like I said, I have my Pete Rose. I also have a Wild Thing Vaughn, the black one with the sleeves cut off, coming to be here tomorrow.
That's what's up.
Trying to think of who else we picked up, but they were all more or less top tier players.
Oh, very cool.
So, yeah, Canseco, Gooden. So, yeah, you got, and then what Mike will do is put them in a bag or, manila envelope, whatever you want to call it, on it, and then your name gets drawn. You say, okay, I want jersey number 7 or jersey number 5, whatever, and then he opens it like Mike said.
Oh, so it's like a surprise as to
So
what.
we know what the jerseys are. We don't know which envelope they're in.
Right. You're not
So
going
I'm trying to get lucky and get the bag.
So
It's still kind of going to be a mystery, but
Yeah.
I got it.
those
So
are
it's not a complete mystery to everybody like it has been in the past.
right. It won't be like the box you open and okay, am I going to get a scrub or am I going to get somebody good? It's
Right.
all, like I said, top tier, more or less.
Nice.
And anything like though, I know there's boxes, like Anthony said, there's packs. If you want them open, it'll be done at the end of the stream. That way, it doesn't slow down the spinning of the wheel and stuff. That'll be noon. I believe we're shooting for noon on the 22nd.
Nice. Good cause. Kenny was a good guy.
Yes, he was.
Oh,
you're donating the LeBron collection. Nice.
It's funny. We were just talking about my LeBron collection Bible study tonight.
He's doing the LeBron Spellbound.
I don't have any more LeBron Spellbounds. Mark
What?
Kisley from the Pittsburgh Card Show wiped me out like
Wow.
years ago.
The one you had?
He literally has them all of my LeBrons. The only spellbounds I have left is I have one that spells out Anthony, one that spells out Irene, and the one that spells out Will You Marry Me that you got me the placard for. Those are the only spellbounds we have left. No official, full, complete ones anymore. I still have, partial LeBrons just because I have so many LeBron cards that I still had enough to, do partial sets, but I don't have any complete sets left. But they're reasonably cheap, so I could rebuy them if I wanted to.
So this might be futile because you're a Pittsburgh fan, but by chance, would you have in your collection a 49 Bowman Richie Ashburn card?
No, I'm poor. I don't have too much true vintage stuff. I have the Will cigarettes, Mickey Mouse, and mainly Pittsburgh stuff, but not.
Like I said, it was worth a try.
Yeah,
because I have one more shot to check. But eBay just wants ridiculous prices for them. Cheap enough because Mike Post does a lot of stuff, and that's one Grail card he's been looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Even an ungraded one on eBay is over $600.
Dang.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah, 100% don't have anything like that laying around just pirate-wise. If I did, it'd be on the wall, and it definitely is not there. Most of the stuff I collect is at least grew up collecting was 80s and 90s because I was born in 84. So I was going back and getting all the guys that were, big whenever I was growing up. I do have some earlier stuff 70s as far as a lot of the big Super Bowl Steelers and stuff like that. But I wish I had some of the old Clementes and stuff I had as a kid. Did you end up getting something out of it?
So I'm in the airport today, and in the Atlanta airport, they have this. It's called Lucky Box, and they have cards and everything. But here's what the prices were. So to potentially get a autographed jersey, $269. It's not not as cheap as you think. $79 for a Pokemon card, $159 for a sports card mystery box.
Was there any information beyond that on there? Beyond just a title and a price?
Nope, that's it. That's the only thing there is. So they have this giant machine there. You slide your credit card in, and then you say, "Hey, I want a jersey," and I don't, there's no. I shouldn't. I don't know if there is one. I did not see anywhere where there was like a checklist. That says, "Hey, if you go ahead and get this jersey, or if you buy this, you have a potential for Now the pictures they show, a CGC, Michael Jordan 10. I think
It seemed like it was all
CGC
CGC slabs on there.
What?
It seemed like the first picture you showed nothing but CGC slabs. Just
Yeah. So
variations.
you're talking CGC slabs, which
I wonder if they're like a partner, because normally if it's just a random repack, there might be different types, or it might be like a strictly PSA type thing, or I don't know. Because before, whenever there was a PSA vending machine, it had some form of, I think, didn't have some kind of loose partnership with PSA.
I think so.
I think they might have, yeah.
It'd be interesting to find out.
And you didn't pick up any, Mike?
No, I didn't. I did not go ahead and buy anything.
CGC slabs are nice though, especially since they got rid of that ugly neon green that they used to have.
Yeah.
The SG. Like they've gotten a lot nicer, especially if you get one of like the, I don't know if it's like with the perfect mint or
Pristine, I think it is.
Pristine, yeah. You get like the little bit different with like the gold outline label or whatever. It's pretty nice.
Yep.
You disappointed me, Mike. You showed me that, and then you say you don't buy anything. Come on now.
He's not a buyer like that.
What do you mean?
It's not like you don't have money.
We don't buy stuff like that. Even whenever we go to the Nationals, it's like prying teeth to get you to spend more than a quarter or a dollar on a card.
Wow.
Like I had to convince you to buy that Hulk Hogan auto poster, and it took a while.
You did. It took me a little. I had to make a couple walks down the aisle.
That's the reseller in you, where you got to at least make double on something.
But he says that. But he says that. But then I go ahead, and I buy stuff for for other people and stuff like that, or I make trades for other people.
Is that the same place you wish you would have bought the other Hulk Hogan sign too?
Yeah.
My wife's like, which one do I get, or did I just get both? And I can only get one.
I told him to get both.
No, I could have gotten both.
Is it now that he passed?
Yeah, I could have gotten both. I had, because I hadn't bought anything really else significant up to that time.
Quarter and dollar boxes is where we spend most of our time there. At the
Have you guys seen the rise in price of Jeff Kent cards just because he made the Hall of Fame?
No.
Autograph cards and PSA cards have gone through the roof. They're over like $200-$300 for him. I'm like, he wasn't that great. Good, but just because he went to the Hall doesn't mean you jump the prices.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's.
Yeah, it normally is one of the cycles, though.
Yeah,
it is.
The next one will be when he dies.
This is true.
Yeah, that's why it's everybody rushes out when they hear of somebody who passes away and stuff, and let's face it, you go. I did it with Hulk Hogan and stuff, and you search by the lowest price, hoping you find someone who hasn't heard yet or hasn't gone out there, and change their price and everything.
That was me with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, but what surprises me is that there is such a mass rush to buy non-autographed stuff.
Oh yeah,
that causes those things to go through the roof. Like a PSA 10 Hogan rookie card. whether he's alive or not. Just a PS that shouldn't go up in price just because the guy died.
I agree.
Now, an autograph, yes, like I can understand the autograph going up when player X passes away or an actor or whoever it may be. Like I can understand that part. Because however many autographs are out there, that's all there is out there. There's not going to be any more.
Well, not only that, you figure that the demand is growing while the supply has not for those things.
Right.
Because the demand is there because everybody's feeling nostalgic. They want a piece of that person that they can hold on to, that they can look back on and cherish. So I think that brings up a lot of feelings in people where they kind of want something to hold on to of that person. Whereas they probably hadn't thought of that person for years up to that point. You know, like especially in the case of like Jeff Kent, unless you're outside of San Francisco, like I haven't thought of Jeff Kent in years, probably.
I mean, I remember him, but it's like, okay, just because he made the Hall does not mean his cards go that high. He's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And he got in through. Did he got in through the Veterans Committee, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, because the Writers Association couldn't stand him because he was an ass to them. So that's one of those guys, whether he deserved to get in or not. And we had the discussion before, you know, with these guys who go ahead and get in the Hall of Fame after 8 years. What changed? Not one stat got better since they retired, yet all of a sudden now they're a Hall of Famer, you know?
Thank you, Dom. Appreciate the jersey again. It's very, very cool. Got to get a display case for it.
Well, I'm glad you said that one instead of Rios because he did not want to go in with me on the Rios. He said flat out.
Do you have the Rodriguez framed?
Yeah.
Nice. I love framed jerseys. They're so cool.
Very cool.
Now all I see Mike needs is the Trout signed jersey.
That is, yeah. That'd be sick.
If you want one that's PSA or Beckett, yeah, pay out the ass.
I bet.
Even still?
Oh yeah, they're still over $1,000.
Wow.
Now you can go with like the lower end. I mean, there's a couple other ones that are reputable that are a little bit cheaper, but I mean,
what about JSA? Have they really bumped in prices now that they're part of CGC?
What was that?
Has the JSA stuff really bumped in prices now that they're part of CGC?
A little, but not that much. Like the rose I have, that was a JSA, and that was I think only cost me like $45.
For a Pete Rose Rose autographed jersey.
That's wild.
75. I talked him down to 40.
I can see the jersey being worth that much. Like probably more than that. Like the Temu jerseys are worth close to that. Like that's wild.
And inscribed with the Hit King on it, which I wanted to find one where he signed it. Sorry, I bet on baseball, but
I'm gonna take you to a card show and have you haggle with me, John.
those ones that signed on it, even the balls, they're like $600 and $700 just because it says "Sorry, I bet on baseball." But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole there was somebody it was I forgot who it was that passed away. I think it was like the guy who was the oldest living Hall of Famer, and I happened to be a show came up and they started talking about, and the guy said he goes, we need to look up who is the next oldest Hall of Famer. Right, and start buying a lot of his stuff now, because when he goes, if he's already 90 something years old, when he goes, and especially if it's a good player, or a name player, right? I mean, there's Hall of Famers that you don't even know about. You going, that guy was a play baseball.
So the next one in the Baseball Hall of Fame was Willie Mays. Now
That's when it was. That's right. It was the show about Willie Mays.
Reese.
it's Luis Aparicio,
Ah,
Yeah.
he was pretty good.
34 he was born.
1934. He was born. So
Yeah,
start
he is
picking
a
up
guy
his
who-
stuff, people.
And then after
He's
that,
not-
it's Sandy Koufax, because the guy after in between them is the former commissioner. Bud.
Koufax's stuff is probably on a little on the expense, but I guarantee you, Koufax's stuff will go through the roof.
Yeah.
Oh
This
yeah.
stuff already is.
Popular in LA.
This stuff's
Yeah.
already pretty high.
You know, so well,
Oh.
thanks for everybody for showing up.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Like we said earlier, you know, keep an eye on Anthony's channel for Dialed In. We're gonna take a little break here. We'll fire back up at some of the special times, and then we'll have season 2. Oh, Beast Box.
I guess it's the series 1 I have.
Oh.
Are you in on that, Mikey?
Mikey
You-
me or Mikey him? Who?
You.
Oh, if you both want to be in on it, I don't care.
You said that box is for you.
No,
It's your box.
It was mine. Dom paid for his part of it. If you want in, it's 35. Junior wants in, 35, and 4 of us.
Oh, I thought you were doing. I thought that box was the one you had was your box, and we were going to get another box.
No. I don't have that kind of money. Sorry.
Oh
I mean,
no,
it
I thought
didn't cost me that much. I mean, it was 140, but I mean,
no. That's the way I thought you were doing. That's the way I thought it was going to
sorry.
go.
No. I figured, I always usually try to grab a box, see who wants to get in on it. I know Dom usually does because it's new. So, but if any of you guys want in on it, like I said, I'm just doing it's 35 shipped. And I'll break it down into teams for you and all that.
Yeah, I'll go in on it. You got that?
Who's
No
getting the
worries.
mantle is what I want to know.
The screen goes black. Somebody's at the door. Sorry, Ice is at the door. Sorry, I'll be right back. Dom, I don't think they want to stay on that long to open a box live. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a big box. So, I mean, you can hold it. You could do it on your own. I mean, however you want to do it. We can figure that part out. I would say not tonight.
I mean, I'll probably do a video of it tonight is what I'll do, and then just post it, and you guys can see it. We can go from there. If we do happen to get the mantle, we know we're going to just sell it probably.
That'd be insane.
The redemption card alone would probably be 30 grand. I'm like, no, it could be a PSA 10, so it's going to be $100,000. Sorry.
But
Is there a
I
PSA
know-
10 currently in the mantle?
I mean, I will. Huh?
Is there a PSA 10 currently in the mantle? Or is there only an SGC 10?
I think the biggest PSA, I think, is a 6 or a 7, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could have sworn SGC had the highest graded mantle.
I just think it's. Why?
No, there's
Well, I mean, I know.
oh, it says only 3 known copies in existence for PSA Gem Mint 10.
Oh, so there's 3 of them out there.
There's 3 Gem Mint. There's 3 PSA 10s
Mm-hmm.
of Mickey Mantles out there.
Oh, you know what? I think the one guy that owns one, wasn't he on like Jeff Wilson's show? Actually, doesn't he own like all 3 of them or something like that?
You imagine
Really
that?
rich dude with all the bats.
I don't know if he does it. I know what it sold. The last one sold for what, 14, 15 million?
The SGC sold for the SGC 9.5 sold for 12.6 back in 2022.
See, if
There
that-
are 3 PSA 10s, 6 PSA 9s, 35 PSA 8s.
wow. And then all
Most
those
recent
mantle-
PSA 10 for 2.8 million.
I'm going to say the one that they have is probably between a 1 and a 3, I would imagine. Because I would think if it was graded, they would have said a graded mantle.
Yeah, for sure.
So that means it's ungraded. So where the hell did they get that card?
Probably in storage.
That's the crazy part is
I mean,
how did Topps
they
prove
probably
its
have a bunch of
authenticity?
stuff, relic stuff saved up for releases and stuff they're just waiting on.
I mean, I would imagine if it's I mean, they either did a buyback for it from somebody.
You think they'll ever do the relics with that type of stuff like they're doing with the comics right now, where they're taking the like ones that would be like a 0.5 or like the really shitty ones, and they're cutting them up and making a ton of relics out of them? You can get like a piece of the comic book.
No, what are they doing?
Huh?
I heard
No, what are they doing?
They're like literally like, say they're taking like the very first Amazing Spider-Man. They'll like,
Right.
rather than like grading it a 0.5, because they go all the way down to like 0.3s and shit in comics.
Yeah.
So rather than giving it like a really poor grade, like sub 1, they'll cut it up, and like Upper Deck is putting them into cards, so you can actually pull like Marvel cards that have like a piece of the comic in it. Like, here, I think I have one on the wall.
I mean, that'd be
That's
kind of
pretty
cool.
amazing. I mean, you figure if you have a 40-page freaking comic,
It's a lot of cards.
that's a lot of cards.
Depending on how big the pieces are you're cutting out. But even if you figure a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch square, that's a lot of cards.
That's a lot of cards for sure.
Oh yeah. So this one has like the big value stamp from like the corner of the comic.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
So yeah, they're like doing this to make relics. Like, why will, like, if you can't own a Mickey
So that's
Mantle,
that's not a card. That's actual a piece of the comic book.
yeah. So it's like a thick card, but this actual centerpiece is the actual value stamp from like the corner of the comic that tells you like the
Oh.
price of it.
Oh wow.
Okay, could you see? Okay, so let's say they have a.
But they're doing that with all
ungradable
kinds of
mantle
stuff now.
They have an ungradable mantle card,
Yeah.
and they chop it up. You know how many people are going to try to collect every piece to make that card?
People do that with the jerseys. There's a guy at the Pittsburgh Card Show that always has the Pittsburgh Penguins emblem.
I mean, that would be some. Well, you wouldn't get a ton of cards out of it, but I mean, depending on how small you cut it up.
Yeah, I mean, you could really go.
But I could see Topps doing it where they'll cut out Mickey, the name Mickey, and that'll be in one. Man will be in another. His head will be on something. You know.
Yeah.
You could see them trying to squeeze at least 8 cards out of it or so.
And then jack the price up of every box.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, I mean, because you figure how
gotta
much do you think each one of those cards would be worth? If one like PSA 1 is like 20 to 30,000, what would a piece of it in another like probably serial number to 1 card be? Because really, they would have to be one of ones, right?
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
Unless
They
they
can
cut
only
a
be one of one.
card, but I doubt that. But yeah, that would be probably what, 5 to 10 grand a card, probably.
Dude, honestly, you know what I'm thinking about doing is towing up a deck to do that. Because they own so many like licenses already, they can just cut up their own shit.
Do it to a Jordan card.
True. I mean, they technically have like Michael Jordan under like an exclusive contract, so they could do all kinds of shit with him.
So Anthony, from your experience, and I know we're getting away from it, but when
He just said, "Screw it, I'm leaving."
he's like, "F that! I ain't answering
No.
no more freaking
The
questions."
mantle is in here. I feel it.
I just want to know where the hell it came from. Like to your point,
Because they threw so many. How many of those into the ocean? Those cards that they claim. I mean, did they just have it in, like I said, in storage? He was going to ask you a question. You just said, "Screw it, I'm not going to listen to the question."
So from you,
I
like
clicked the
your
wrong
at your
button. I was
time,
trying to.
so for like your contacts that you had, when you were TGT and you were Arena and you were talking with manufacturers,
Yeah.
what happens when a Panini loses the rights to they lose the rights to, let's say, football? If they have old football cards from 4 years ago, 2 years ago, that were not sold, that they have in a warehouse, what are they allowed? What are companies allowed to do with those?
I have no idea, to be honest with you, but
No.
that would be cool if they could repurpose them in some way.
Because like
I don't know why.
like you wonder, right? Like Upper Deck. I mean, Upper Deck used to have basketball. Like,
Yeah.
like what could they do? Or even,
Well, they're already
people.
doing it with the comics. That was kind of why I suggested that, because they're already cutting up pieces of like famous comic books and making relics out of them. So why wouldn't they just go the next route and just start cutting up cards too and putting them inside of cards?
Yeah.
See, here's my question as well. Okay, is it just one Mano card that's out there, or is there multiple redemptions for a couple different ones? Because I'm sure they had some of those 52 Manos probably sitting in storage somewhere. I would imagine they would have.
But wouldn't those have to be in freaking almost perfect condition? I mean, what would they keep miscuts?
I highly doubt they have them from that many years ago. Because you figure Topps has been bought and sold multiple times since then.
Fanatics might have had it and said, hey, you know what? Let's do this with this card. It doesn't have to be great. I mean, it could be a miscut, like a off-center card.
They've
Honestly,
been
Fanatics would
bought
be the
and
perfect
sold,
one to do this because they own them.
True. They've been bought and sold, but I don't think they've moved around that much.
No, I don't think so either. Real quick, I know it's off tops. You mentioned, I think it was last week, Mike, in the text to me about Panini with a new set.
Oh, so Panini came out with this combat set, and there's Mike Tyson in it. There's Ric Flair. There's Hogan. There's Kurt Angle.
I saw that.
They have boxing. They have wrestling. They have. I think they have like some MMA stuff in it. Yeah, they
So
came
it's
out
kind
with
of like a Leaf product then, where they have all the different.
Yeah, I guess you can call it like that, but it's all like combat and everything, and they have all like they have like I think they have like a triple auto of Hogan, Flair, and Angle or something like that. I think and stuff.
See, I don't understand how they get away with that if Topps has WWE now.
Well, that's one of the things that kind of was making me wonder about. That's why I was asking Anthony if he knew anything from him being, dealing as a grading company, if he heard anything, because that's what I was curious about. If Panini has, like I said, they have a bunch of product, think of like, whoever it may have been, Joe Burrow was the hot rookie of the Panini cards and St. Elving, right? And if they have some that, I don't know if they would have them back. I don't know if when they sell all their product, they say, hey, okay, we're printing X number of cases. Do they ship all of those cases out, or are there a whole bunch sitting in the back room in the warehouse that they're waiting on? Because then you're thinking, hey, who knows what the value could be sitting in some of those. I mean, wasn't it?
What I would imagine they probably do is they probably have like quality assurance stuff where, like, if say you're running like a whole line of like Joe Burrow, for your example, you might have like an extra page ran in case like something happens or something's damaged or whatever. You need to replace a card, or say same year as Joe Burrow, your Jordan Love is damaged. It's not as valuable as Joe Burrow, but you still want something for Jordan Love, so they might be like, well, how about a Tom Brady? He was pretty good that year. Or how about like a Peyton or not Peyton Manning, but Patrick Mahomes, like someone like that. You know what I mean? So they might not have like extras of everything, to my knowledge. But from what I understand, like the big ones that people are going to actually want replaced, they'll either have those or some of like good players that they can replace.
Yeah, I can see that because I know Topps
Players
does
with.
that. Because if you get a damaged card, you can get the same exact one replaced. So they do print that little bit of extra in case something does happen.
I know Marty's done it a bunch of times with Panini because he's gotten a ton of stuff. And being that we used to do all of his box openings on the channel, we literally had a record of it. Normally, say just keep the packaging, also keep the receipt, and then you basically call their customer service and wait like 8 years, and then you might get something back. But there are some companies that are a lot better about customer service that will actually get you your stuff or some kind of a replacement that's suitable if like it's their fault. Especially if you have it on YouTube, like this is a good tool to actually just put your stuff on YouTube so that way they can see it came right out of their box that way.
Yeah. You just
Well,
send
isn't there like one of the more valuable LeBron James cards that is an upper deck card that has never been pulled as far as anybody knows?
I'm not sure if it's never been pulled, but I know like one of the biggest LeBron RPAs in it is an exquisite patch auto that Upper Deck put out.
Right.
But yeah, as far as it never being pulled, I'm not sure. I've seen pictures of them in PSA cases, so I'm not entirely sure.
I thought there was like one of his cards
that's
came
like
out
one of my like all-time grail cards. Like if I ever hit the lottery and was stupid rich, that I would buy.
Yeah.
So like I've definitely seen them. I haven't actually seen somebody pull it or anything like that, especially because breaks weren't really a thing back in like 2003, 2004.
Yeah, I just didn't know. I thought there was something that somebody said about, like certain cards that you haven't seen, and then you wonder, if the manufacturer has lost the rights to that card could be sitting in a warehouse somewhere to never see the light of day.
What's funny is like I've worked with a lot of different graders in the past, just like being a professional grader, and like I've heard of like people like seeing cards that supposedly were backdoored or whatnot, but I don't have any like true proof of it. It's just like third-hand knowledge, like, hey, like this card came through at X in such a time or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, so it's definitely possible, and that might ultimately be how some of these people get caught, because if like they go to get it authenticated and the authenticator knows about it, they probably report them back to the company, I would imagine. But I'm not sure how that works.
OWD autos up.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh wow.
Nice.
I still have a few Panini points. Maybe I have to look at that, see if I get a WWE autograph.
Seems like you need.
Hello, everybody.
Pretty good.
We've been going. Thanks a lot for coming on, Anthony. Thanks a lot, Mike. Thanks for popping in.
Me and Mike are not going anywhere. We'll be here every Wednesday.
We'll be here almost every Wednesday. The first Wednesday in March, we may have to move to Tuesday.
That's fine. We got Elimination Chamber coming up, folks. So
Elimination Chamber at the end of the month. March will be quiet for wrestling. And then we have WrestleMania after that. Baseball season right around the corner. Looking forward to seeing how some of these things shake out with some of these players, the new teams and stuff like that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
That's something we talked about for Anthony's channel too, about doing the baseball chat GPT thing.
Yeah. I mean, we could always do that over here too, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Chat GPT doesn't have to just be over there. But yeah. 100%.
Roman's on vacation again. Man.
They just released his schedule. It's going to be on like every Raw in March.
Yeah, Larkin. He's going to be at Raw, every Raw.
And then
He would have to build up that match against CM Punk at WrestleMania. He'd have to.
And then he'll join the Elimination Chamber. He'll win that, and then he'll main event both nights of WrestleMania again and get both belts again.
Oh, that's the way it needs to happen.
It does. I agree, but
that would be freaking awesome. Brock Lesnar is going to be live in Atlanta on Raw on the 23rd of February.
Wow. And I still think the Masked Man this Monday was Seth, the way he moved around.
That guy, he looks more like Logan to me.
But Logan was following right behind him, so there's no way.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think Logan realized that he shouldn't have been running as fast as he was running because
so.
he was not that far behind him.
No, that's what I was like. I think you should, if you really wanted to make this think that it was him, keep it further back.
Logan, you're like 15 feet from him. You're not supposed to be that close. Way too close. So,
anyway, thank you for everybody for coming in. Stay safe.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You want to be treated.
See you guys.
Thanks a lot, everybody.